Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some wiring on this new how should we call that? Lots of maple trees on a big rock project. I updated it a few weeks ago because I used new trees because I had some casualties, and I think that now is the time to try to give it some shape. It lost all its leaves, and maybe it is possible to give it a basic shape so that when the trees awaken in the spring, it can start to grow and in already the shape that I would like to have it. Because when you look at this now, it looks okay. It's like crownish thing, but if you look like this, well, you see just three bundles of trees on one row. There is no depth, there is absolutely nothing. So maybe we can already do something about that. So I'm going to bring the camera a little closer to the pot so that we can see what we can do to improve this. So let's start. Alright, so I think that is the best view I can offer you. You have just one whip here that is slightly out of sight, but yeah, it's all. So I'm going to start with this portion. You see we have a very straight piece of material here, and I'm going to put quite consistent piece of wire around it. We have 3 trees, and of course just putting wire around something is not good enough. We will have to give it a shape. Final shape is that the trees look that way. I think that we have this could be a side branch. You see, that's the thing with these fusions. You can already choose a side or a back branch, and well, I don't need to bend to wire it a lot more than this, because probably I'm going to cut it back a whole lot. So I wanted to start in that direction. I wanted to come back a little, like so. It's going to be difficult with this, like so, and then come back a little. And if this is supposed to become a back branch, well, then I must bend it this way, and maybe end it this way. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut it back, so I can cut it back here or I can cut it back here. It's always a possibility. So we have some depth now already. This can become side, this can become back. So now I have to make a little shape in this direction. So I want it to come this way. Maybe a little straight again. When you bend, be sure that the wire is on the outside of your bending, because otherwise it's going to make a leverage and it's going to break, which can also happen now, of course, but you have less risk. Okay, so it's not amazing and spectacular tree at the moment, but it has some movement. It has a whole lot of movement, too much movement, I think, but it's always good to overdo it because it bounces back. Okay, So I'm going to take a small piece of wire for this one. Okay, so it's better to wire two branches at the same time, but you see, if I want to do this, and this is gonna take a whole lot of wire that I will not use, so it's possible to just guide the new wire around the existing wire, and that will keep it in position also. And it's just a question of making something that has some movement instead of having a straight shoot. So, because it is deciduous and broadleaf, we want the branch to make a little bow to the top, and then like so. And I did not really touch the branch here. It's just a question of putting some movement in it. It's got to make a huge difference in spring. Okay, same here. Oh, this is a copper piece of wire. Yeah, this is my I have here a ton of reused wire, and for this purpose this is really all you need. Thin wire here. But it's a thin branch, so you see, it's doing the trick. Just adding some movement. This might be fun too. Okay, so that's the first one. Now the big one. So here we have a branch here that might be very nice as a cascade, I don't know. But I can also include it in the fusion. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. But this is going to be a little more difficult, and well, probably a little more interesting. So this is sufficient, old piece of wire. What I'm going to do here is, when I have a fork like this, I'm going to try to include one in the fusion and one not in the fusion, and if I can manage to take the biggest one out of the fusion, that's gonna be better. So I'll have to fix this wire somewhere here under the trees at the back, like so. Make a hook. As long as it's stable, it's okay. I even might remove this wire now, because it serves no purpose anymore. It was just to hold the trees together. But since I'm going to use a new one, I might as well just use that one. Okay. So this is a little difficult. So here I'd like to get this one in, and this one out. Of course, you need to put some traction on it. So that's not bad. Could I use a branch here somewhere? Well, maybe this one can be used. I should consider using a thing in the back, so I'm going to exclude this branch here. Okay, so that's the end of the wire. So I'm going to position this one and this one. See, it already makes a whole lot of difference. So, what's this? This is copper. Just searching my lots of stuff here. This is also copper, but it looks like it's the good length, so I might use this. I know I'm blocking the view, I'm sorry about that, but it's not easy to do these things. I'm going to start from the bottom here. Yeah, just need to make one little twist around the trunk. Okay, and then grab this one. Yeah, it's going to be crossed wires. There's nothing to do about that. But yeah, I mean, it's the first wiring. It's an electrical wire. You strip it and then you can use it, but it's very hard and it's tedious to work with, and it is difficult to reuse. So aluminium wire therefore is a whole lot better. So this is something like the front, something like this. We want to there are chutes here in the back. I must say that. So you see, to fill the back, I have a few little chutes here which I can use. This one can make a side branch. This should cascade a little more, so I'm going to give this some movement. This is supposed to be something in the back, so the back is here, and I'm also going to give it some movement, like so, and then give it some movement going down, going up, and maybe just going down a little. Okay. You see now this branch, because it's straight in the back, if I have some budding here, it's going to fill the whole place there. That's one of the reasons why I'm not planning to cut things, because I want these trees the first year to grow vigorously. Of course I have to do something here now, but since this is broadleaf, I don't mind having a wide crown like this. I broke this one, okay, so no problem. And maybe I'm going to open this up a little, and this could become the top, or this one, I don't know. But of course it will it will have to grow, and then I'll cut it back rather short, so I don't need to wire it to the top completely. Just want to open it up, so little wire here. Could be nice if this branch comes over the other part of the tree. It would make it a complete crown, like so, and then this a little more like that. Again, overdoing, and this, I think it's good. It's a top, and this could come a little more in the back then. Yeah. So that's just a really small wire, really small. I'm going to anchor it under this wire. Giving it some movement, like so. And this, I say, it's good. This is good. Yeah. Maybe wire this down. It could be nice because it could block some of the rock and some of this trunk, which always makes things interesting when you have to imagine something. It's a little more mysterious and it adds some interest. Just looking for a appropriate piece of wire here. That's too short. That's too short and that's too thin, but that's not too thin because it's copper, so it's okay. So I'm going to anchor it. That's the thing with copper wire, of course. If you use copper, you don't have to use a thick wire. So it's holding, yeah. So a little up and then make it cascade. Like so. It's not well anchored here. Nah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Like so. Yeah, maybe just a little twist to the side. And then we have the last one here. And here I'd like to just, because I did not touch this, this was wired in spring, and it's already quite okay. So I'm just going to fix this trunk behind this one. Piece of wire, that's a good one. Yeah. So like this. So this is supposed to be the top then. This is supposed to fall a little more. So I'm gonna need a last piece of wire, I think. Well, I'm really running out of spares here. Yeah. 1 second. Got one, it's copper, but it's gonna be okay. So it's too long. But if it sticks out, no one cares. But it's difficult to apply. It's full of new butts, so don't want to end your work with all the butts on the floor. Okay, so now shape it a little. I want this to come down and then up again. And let me think, should I put this down or should I open it flat? I think I'm going to put it down. Okay, and then this one, a little movement. So the last thing I should do maybe now is just take care of this straight portion here. So because this is supposed to be the main trunk, it could use some bend, and then bend back from here. 1 second. So the bend, I have to support this portion. Okay, bend some more, then maybe this can come a little more to this side, like so. Yep. Oh, I forgot this one. Going to wire this one. It's just one more wire. I really should do something about this drawer here with all these messy pieces of wire, because it's not helping. I need to fix it here. Give it a little turn. And I think that for first wiring, this is not bad at all. Well, it gives us an idea of what this should become. Obviously, we are missing something here. That's for sure. But okay, well, these are young trees. They will grow. Yeah. Then this should be cut off here, but first let it grow for a year. It's going to be necessary. Now, if I look from the side, you see we have already some big changing here. It's not two-dimensional anymore, so that's of course what we wanted to achieve. We have some acceptable movement in the trunks. This bounced back a little, so and this is okay. I like that curve here. And this can come down a little. So I think that's it. Of course, because I have this branch here, I can bring this. I have this as a front. Okay, so let's think then. Could I use this as a side branch? If I have this as a top, yes, then I must bring it down a little. Then I have these two as sides. That's possible. I can use this more as a back, and I can put this one here, and it will easily fill up the hole that I have here. So that's better. That's a whole lot better. Yep. And here comes the sun also. I'm going to zoom in a little. So now we have on camera what is supposed to stay. This comes off. Yeah. I think this is good. So this concludes the video for today. I hope you did enjoy it. I know not everyone likes to see a wiring job, but I hope it's clear that these things are really important, because if you want to obtain a result, well, that's what you have to do. Some people just do cut and grow, which also works, but takes a whole lot of time and wastes a whole lot of the energy of the tree, because, well, it always has to regrow and regrow and regrow, and this way you can shape your tree and use all the buds and all the foliage that he made, which will make the tree stronger, which make the roots develop better, etc. So we'll see if all these little trees survive, and maybe in the spring we will have the start of a nice looking canopy time will tell. Okay, so in the meantime, thank you for watching and see you next time.